I have been coming to Kenya for so many years, but there's one place in this country that I never knew it existed. Mukuru Kwarube. One of the major challenges that I believe that people that are living in an informal settlement area are gonna have, it's more like, one, it's gonna be sanitation, because you literally see everything everywhere. And knowing that I grew up in the village, I know that one major challenge that living in an area like this you're gonna face is a place to So the question is, where do the people that live in here defecate? And my research led me to Fresh Life Cho.
This is a container toilet, container-based toilet. So first and foremost, you can look at the structure. It's very sturdy. There's a reason that it's like that.
This is concrete?
This is concrete. It's made of concrete, and the door is made of wood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the reason for this is because we are not just giving people like a temporary toilet. It's a permanent toilet. We want a permanent structure that can withstand weather patterns, rains, floods.
You mean this is a toilet?
This is a toilet.
That people use?
Yes.
And it smells so fresh, man.
That is the idea. It is supposed to be fresh.
It's supposed to be fresh. This is a company here in Nairobi that has provided over 7,000 dry toilets within informal settlements across the country. This is a typical dry container toilet, and in Swahili, cho means toilet, but where I'm coming from, cho means food. Come on, man.
The notion that a toilet should be smelly
Yep.
is something that we want to get rid of. You should be comfortable in a toilet. You should have a toilet in your compound and everyone does not smell.
When I was growing up, my teacher used to tell me that she used to sit on a toilet to eat. And to me, she was crazy, because where I come from, you dare not.
You cannot.
You cannot even stand 100 meters close to the toilet.
I know, you will be full before you start eating.
So, just to show you that it got zero smell, I'm just gonna get so close as I can, and still be able to eat my sugar cane, man. This is very innovative. Wow. And the most interesting thing about the dry toilet is the fact that it has created business opportunities for the people living in these communities. I love the fact that with Fresh Life, it's not just for personal use, but people also use it as a commercial business. My goodness, come inside, man. We are actually in an informal settlement, and what you're seeing right now, this is more like one of them. This is the second one, and that is the third one. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
You're good. This is your business.
This is my business.
Oh, wow. Before this business, what were you doing, man?
I was employed in the nearby industries.
Okay.
Yes, and the income was not that good. And I decided to have this as a business.
As a business. So right now you're good. You have your own business. You have 3 of them.
Yes, right now I have my business. I have 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the people come in here?
Yeah, usually people in our area, we don't have much toilet, but with these, people usually use this as their toilet.
Oh. Would you ever believe if I tell you that this dry toilet is designed and built in Kenya by Kenyans? I guess you wouldn't believe it until I take you all along with me to the factory where this is being built.
Yeah.
So where are we right now?
We are at Fresh Life factory.
Okay.
Yes. And this is where we produce the Fresh Life toilet. We manufacture the Fresh Life toilet.
You manufacture everything in here?
100%.
100%?
Awesome.
Wow.
Sure.
Which means it's locally built. Walk with me, feel free.
Sure.
Which means it's locally built.
Yes.
I mean, can you take us through what happens in here?
Yes, sure. So with us here, we have got this equipment, the batching plant equipment, where we normally do our mixing design. And our main aggregates here is sand, dust, and the ballast. So with us also, we have got the silo cement. All come together through a design mix that we are able to get. And then from there is when you can now get the dry cast that is able to be taken into the equipment for the production of the concrete. But, but in the other sections, you will see we have got the doors, we have got the roof being manufactured from different sections. We have got 5 subsections inside here.
Okay.
And on our right, I think we'll start from this side. This is where we do the kitting. And the kitting basically is to do with the reinforcement frames. So this is where we do the reinforcement frames. The ones that will go into the machines to increase the strength and the durability of the concrete parts. You remember, our product is supposed to be moved from one place to another.
Yeah.
And then the other section is, this is where we manufacture the dough, the wooden dough.
Okay.
And this is where we do the metallic dough.
Why do you guys prefer a wooden door? You have both metallic and wooden door?
Yes. So the two doughs, initially, we are looking at 2 scenarios.
Okay.
First scenario is areas prone to theft. Yeah. Where the area is being prone to theft, you put a wooden door that is not, it will not be taken as compared to the metallic dough.
This is so cool. I mean, this is where the toilet comes from.
Yes, of course.
So this is the machine that does the entire production?
Yes.
Wow.
It's called a vibrocast machine.
A vibrocast machine?
Yeah, it's the only equipment in Kenya.
This is the only...
The only equipment around. You cannot find it around.
Really?
Yes. Customized for Fresh Life.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So I want to know, how many toilets can it produce in a day?
So typically in a day, you can do 10 toilets. But because we have got a monthly target, we normally do into parts, different parts. Remember, the machine comes with different molds. So like for today, we are doing 50 parts of our toilet.
Okay.
That is the tall wall and the back wall. So we do 50-50. Tomorrow we do another one, that way. But in a single day, if you are to do a full toilet, you are supposed to do 10 toilets.
10 toilets.
Yes.
How long is it going to take to dry up?
14 days.
14 days?
Yes.
Ooh.
Takes 14 days.
So which means that all you need to do is to fabricate it?
Yes.
And then take it to the site to build it, or you build it right here?
Exactly.
You take it to the site to build it, or you build everything from here?
We do the parts here, and then to the site, looking into the design, it is more of just aligning it in the field, using some few parts. So what he's currently doing is just to put the areas where it will be fixed into the field.
Oh my goodness.
This is the end results after 14 days.
After
You'll
14
have a
days?
very strong part.
How heavy? How heavy? It's heavy, man.
This is 62.
62 kg?
Yes, this is 62 kgs.
Can we carry it?
Of course.
What? Wow.
This is 62 kgs.
Jeez. That's a heavy dry toilet.
And that is the heaviest part, actually. The rest are very light.
So you build everything in here?
Yes.
And then you take it to the site?
Okay, the site part is more of just to put together.
Oh, okay.
But here it had been produced in different parts.
So you go to the site and arrange it?
And do the
Because this is so heavy.
Sure.
So I want to show you how this actually works. Anyway,
Yeah.
can you show us how to use it?
All right, so before I even go to the using, you'll
Okay.
notice that our tiles are white. The
Oh.
floor is white.
Oh, wow.
Even if the toilet is for the informal settlements, we want clean toilets. And the idea of having the white tiles is to ensure that people maintain cleanliness in these toilets.
Wow.
And then we have the roof. As you can see, it's translucent. And this is because we want the toilet to be bright. So when you're inside, you can see. You don't have to go in with a torch or something so that you're able to see. So that's the idea, and it has areas for aeration. So in case of the smell and everything else, that it's very comfortable. Also, the informal settlements sometimes are pretty squeezed, and therefore you'll notice that some of the places that we put the toilets are very dark. So if you do not have something that is lighting up the toilet, it becomes a very dull toilet. Yeah? All right. So we can go into the toilet. This is how the toilet looks like. So when we give the customer or the beneficiary a toilet, we give them what we call business in a box. Business in a box means that we give you gumboots to wash and clean the toilet to wear. We have gloves as well so that you can wear them as you clean the toilet. We give you a bucket and a mop, and then we give you a small bucket for sanitary for women and girls. This is very important because our toilets are also found in schools. And then last but not least, we have sawdust here.
What do you use the sawdust for?
I will come to the sawdust. I will come to the sawdust. So this is how the toilet looks like. This is a squat plate. It's called an eco plate. It is created in a way that there's a place for urine and there's a place for stool. So once you use the toilet, ideally this would be where the urine goes to, and this is where the stool goes to. So if I lift this,
Oh, wow.
you will see why we call it a containerized toilet, because it is in a place where there is no sewer system, and therefore we have to find a sustainable and safe way of ensuring that the waste is contained in the right manner and transported out of the community in the right way. So we have two containers, one for the stool. This is the container for the stool, and it comes with the cover. And then we have the container for the urine. This is the container for the urine. So the urine is captured here and the stool is captured there. So once it is full, it depends with where the toilet is. For example, if it is a homestead, the toilet can serve more than 24 people. And in about 2 or 3 days, we come and collect the toilet. We come and collect the waste, sorry, not the toilet. We leave the toilet intact. We just collect the waste. So our team would come with other containers. They would clean it, and then they would tie these, cover up, take out the containers, disinfect the toilet, and then put in new
Back
containers.
in.
New containers, and leave with the ones that have the waste. And that's it. So you asked the sawdust, what is the sawdust for? So because it is a dry toilet,
That's like a waterless, because I'm not seeing water
Yes.
anywhere.
we don't flush. This is not a power flush toilet. So once you use the toilet, for example, for a long call, what we call a long call, you then pick some of the sawdust like this.
Oh.
Yeah, you pick a bit of this and you pour
That's
it
before or after?
after use,
After.
after the
Why
toilet
not
use.
before and after?
Well, before, because the previous person would have already
used
poured
it,
the
so-
sawdust, so so you will find some sawdust already there. The reason for the sawdust is, one, it takes away the moisture from the stool, and therefore once it takes up the moisture, it helps the stool to dry faster. Number one, as the stool dries, then it means there is no smell, and if there is no smell, there are no flies. That is why it's called a waterless toilet. And also because of the fact that in the communities that we serve, water is still a scarce commodity. So a toilet is a scarce commodity and water is a scarce commodity. So we want to bring a solution that talks to everyone. It gives you a nice toilet, clean, and you don't have to go through the hassle of looking for water to pour into the toilet. So it's a dry toilet without water. So that's it. You use the toilet and you're good to go.
Hey, David.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. Thanks for coming
No,
to the east. Oh,
Thanks for welcome. I mean, I'm always in the east, by the way.
are you?
My wife is from here. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good choice.
I really want to know, as part of the founders, what
Yeah.
really inspired you to start something like this here in Kenya?
Yeah. So we started this initially because we were trying to figure out if you could create value from waste, could you find a way to make it better for people or more affordable for people to have access to safe, quality sanitation? And that was this initial question we had back when we were graduate students at MIT. And then, so we had a professor who was Kenyan, and she said, why don't you come check this out here in Kenya?
Oh, wow.
And so we took a trip, and it was, it was a perfect fit for a few reasons. One was the opportunity that was here. Something like 60-70% of the population don't have access to safe sanitation. The majority of the waste ends up going somewhere that just pollutes the environment. And then on the flip side of what we convert the waste into, there was huge opportunities for agriculture. Kenya imports most of its inputs like fertilizer and things like that. If you're able to produce that locally, you can help Kenya become food secure. You could also help farmers increase their incomes by lowering the cost to provide services. So that's what made sense from a business perspective. But then there was these other advantages. Kenya, we joke about it being hustle nation, but like lots of entrepreneurially minded people. I know people from Ghana think they have that claim, but Kenya Kenya takes it.
Yeah.
And then also just a really incredible talented work team. 99% of our team are Kenyan,
Okay.
and most are actually under the age of 27 too. So we're like one of the first. So this is really a company that's building great jobs and youth for youth in particular.
How do you feel knowing that you brought a solution to a problem that you identified in Kenya?
I feel great. I think we've had a huge impact on the communities that we serve, that have really helped to shape and grow that impact over more than a decade. And it just makes me excited about how much more impact we can have and should have if we're really going to make sure that we reach everyone, that everyone gets great sanitation.
I really want to know, how many people have you employed so far?
We've employed about 500 people, and most of that is from the communities that we serve. That's a core part of how we want to approach problem solving. It has to be from those who understand the problem best.
And how many toilets have you guys installed so far?
We have more than 7,000 toilets that serve more than 280,000 people across Kenya.
That's beautiful. And my final question, what is the business model? Because knowing that somebody who lives in an informal settlement probably cannot afford to buy this upfront. So what is the business model for it?
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. One challenge is the cost of great high quality infrastructure. Another challenge is land, right? Informal settlements, by definition, means land tenure is tricky. And so we want to work with communities to understand work with the leaders who can secure approvals to provide to run businesses and provide sanitation to their neighbors. So we work with small business people. So this is landlords who live and work in these communities, with head teachers, schools, and with small business people who run commercial operations. All of them then pay per month for the toilet and all the services that go with it. And then they provide those services, provide that great sanitation to their tenants, their students, their customers every day.
And at the end of the day, what do the benefactors benefit from, all this?
Yeah, it's so, those 280,000 people that use the toilet every day get a quality of life and a peace of mind that a lot of us take for granted. That they get a great toilet 24/7 that's safe and clean. It improves their health. It improves the environment around them, the cleanliness of their communities, and overall just strengthens, makes their neighborhoods more resilient and healthier.
What is the future goals for Synergy?
Our goals are to work with the cities where we are. So right now, Nairobi, Kisumu, Eldoret, Mombasa, Lusaka, work with those city leaders to integrate great sanitation for everyone. And as we do that, really shape a model that cities all over the world can replicate so that we see everybody the world over having great sanitation.
What has been the major challenge that you guys face on this whole journey?
I think when we first started, the idea probably seemed crazy. So the biggest challenge was getting those kind of early adopters. So whether that was those small business people in the communities we serve, to take a leap of faith that this really cool toilet and the services that go with it, we're going to be there to serve them if they invested and committed to us, that we committed back to them. And then as we've grown and our customers also now become the government, the utilities, it's that same thing. Building trust, building relationship, figuring out what is that long-term sustainable collaboration look like.
I love the fact that with Synergy, nothing goes waste. So come along with me as I take you to the factory that your waste is being converted into manure.
So welcome to our waste conversion facility.
Thank you.
This is where we bring all the waste from the different facilities to be converted into farm inputs for the farmers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you collect everything and then you dump it here.
Yes.
I was wondering why inside those facilities you cannot smell anything. But when I got in here, I got welcome with a perfect smell.
Have you gotten used to it now?
I don't think I'll ever get used to the smell. So what happens from here?
So from here, the waste is brought in trucks and containers. It is removed from the containers and dumped in these piles here.
It looks like as if it goes through some process right from here?
Yes. So we use conveyors, we use hoppers to bring the waste into this base here. And similar to how in your house you use different ingredients, we also mix the different types of waste to create food for the next part of the process.
I want you to take me through the next part of the process.
Yeah.
What happens for you guys to get the organic fertilizers and also I heard you guys also get renewable, and is it renewable energy?
Biomass briquettes, yes.
Wow, I want to see that.
Okay, great. So here we mix different types of waste, sanitation waste, organic waste from agri-processors, and the first stage is mixing and shredding because we are going to feed it to black soldier flies.
Okay.
And then black soldier fly larvae basically feed on the waste over a span of about 8 days, grow in fat and protein, and reduce the waste into something called frass. And the frass is what we then later compost into organic fertilizer. We also use the frass to create the biomass briquettes. So our entire process is zero waste, coming from waste, but with zero waste. So this is where the black soldier fly process starts.
Oh, okay.
We get eggs from Kilifi, and then the black soldier fly eggs are put up on these funnels, and they hatch into tiny neonates. You can see some of them here. The really, really tiny specks are... So then once the eggs hatch into this really tiny neonates, for the first 4 days, they're fed on chicken feed, which is really funny because then they'll eventually become chicken feed. And then after the 4 days, now they're ready to start consuming the waste. Okay, so welcome to where the magic happens.
What do you mean by where the magic happens?
This is where the larvae feed on the waste from fresh life and convert it into protein and fat for chickens and pigs.
You mean right from the fresh life?
Yes.
Cho?
From the fresh life cho, it's all put here, and then we add the really tiny larvae we saw, the ones that look like sawdust, and this is where they feed.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Ooh. But the one that I saw earlier looked like sawdust though.
Yeah.
What are you doing? No.
You can touch them.
No. This is real life cho, you know. Ooh, listen, can you believe it? Like, this is the food I eat. Oh wow. Maybe I can live in here.
Yeah.
I give them organic manure, you know.
That's true. But just imagine they're living their best life. It's like living in a sea of food.
Can you believe it? Oh my goodness, look at that. They're so huge. How many days have they been here, by the way?
These have been here for about 4 days. They'll stay for another 4 days as they continue to grow.
Are you trying to say that there are no chemicals in here?
There are no chemicals.
Just the fresh waste.
The fresh waste and the larvae. So after 8 days, once the larvae have fed on the waste and are now big, fat, and healthy.
Ooh, that's what it looks like?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Jeez. So how do you separate them?
So the larvae themselves have their own separation mechanism. So they burrow down into the waste. And then what you do is you just scoop out the waste
from the top.
And then you leave clean larvae. So most of the waste has already been scooped out.
Do humans eat this? Oh, shit.
They do, and it's washed and dried and sterilized. Yes. So this is the last part of the process.
Okay.
Once the larvae have been separated from the waste, this is where they come to be made safe for animal consumption.
Ah.
So then they...
So this is more like the animal feed processor.
This is where they're dried so that then they can be used for animal feed processing.
They're still alive though.
They're still alive. So then when they come out on the other side, they wouldn't be so alive. So they
die slowly.
They die slowly.
After enjoying all the meals.
So they go into a really high temperature dryer, and that's where they're dried. So this is the other side of the dryer, the outlet. So they come out of the dryer and go into the cooler. Remember I told you the dryer is quite hot. So this is where they're cooled, and they eventually come out here as dry larvae.
So this is the final product?
This is the final product.
Wow! It's so crunchy, you know? Can I eat it?
Yes.
And it smells so good.
It smells good.
Yeah.
We'll eat. So this is safe for pigs and chickens and fish to eat it as is. You can also grind it and mix it into your animal feed.
So how much will like a sack like this cost?
So it costs about 4,800 shillings.
Oh, wow.
So that's 120 shillings per kg.
Made in Kenya?
Yes, made in Kenya.
Quite impressive.
So the product is called Kuza Pro.
What's the final product? What's the name?
It's called Kuza Pro.
Kuza Pro.
So Kuza means nourish in Kiswahili. So like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Welcome to fertilizer production.
You mean that's how you make your fertilizers?
This is how we make fertilizer. All these heaps you see here are all fertilizer.
I've never seen anything like this before. Like, this is how you make organic fertilizers.
This is how you make organic fertilizer.
In a large scale.
All this is organic fertilizer.
Woo!
So do you remember the feed that the black soldier flies were feeding on?
Yep.
Whatever is left behind is what comes into this. We also put some of the fresh waste here.
Okay.
And then it composts for 6 months while being aerated and adding water to increase microbial activity. And then after 6 months, the waste is reduced into organic fertilizer.
So right from here, that's when you sell to the farmers.
Yes.
So this is what you sell to farmers.
This is what we sell to farmers. So it goes through a sieving process and then it's put in bags, and that is what is sold to
But
farmers.
this one got soil. I feel like it got soil in there.
It's not soil, it's the waste that's been reduced into a soil addendum that then goes to the farmers.
Nothing indeed goes
to
waste
waste.
at
Yes.
sanity. One of the things that I really want to know is that what is the difference between using the Evergrow fertilizer?
First, this one,
Yeah.
it access the crop grow very fast. This one.
Oh,
The
okay.
crop grows very fast. And
Very fast. Oh, okay.
And has not lost its chlorophyll.
Okay.
This one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's very organic.
Very organic. This one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the entire farm has you use the fertilizer.
This is what I only use this organic like this. The Evergrow fertilizer.
Oh.
Planting and top placement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.